Greetings and welcome to Let's Play the Realms of Arkania 3 Shadows over Riva. I have no idea where we left off. So I think we went to the sewers and saw that someone came to us and this poor girl was killed. After concluding the examinations, the city guard shut off the house. Do you want to break in? Yes. Skillfully and above all, quickly, Elanarae opens the lock. A piece of cake. Doesn't surprise me anymore that the killer didn't leave any clues, Elanarae grumbles. Do you use the secret door? So, there was a secret door here. Huh. Secret door to girl's house. And 1 sec. And back. So. Where do we have to go? I have no idea. Oh. Queen of Headless says that we should start looking for the monster when we first saw it. Oh, shut up. Nobody likes smartasses. Yeah, you're right. Where did we see the monster? Did we watch the monster eating? Can we get to this area from here? It doesn't look like it. Who the fuck built a sewer system with separate parts? Rivarians, silly people. So we have to go north. Bridge to nowhere. I really like these improvements on the map system, on everything. I really prefer this part. Ah. Suddenly Elanarae hears a noise from behind. Suspiciously he turns and starts. Ugh. In the passage behind you, you see an exceedingly gaunt figure, closer to a skeleton in appearance than to a human being. It is keeping a safe distance, appears ready to flee at the very first sign of trouble. In town you heard about the poor and destitute surviving down the sewers. Should the stories be true, this must be one of those pitiable wretches. Slowly, so as not to frighten him away, Elanarae approaches the stranger. With suspicious looks from eyes buried deep within their sockets, the being watches Elanarae's every move. Elanarae stops 3 paces in front of him. The wretch looks scared but doesn't run. In a sudden inspiration, Victorian Robot pulls some food from her pack and holds it out with a friendly smile. I am Victorian Robot. I have a very strange name for a game like this, she says when the stranger takes the offered gift. Mandara, she replies with a soft voice and comes closer. All the time it was talking about a guy, and suddenly Mandara, it's a she. A woman? Victorian Robot cries in surprise and looks the stranger over from head to toe. She is so gaunt that she appears totally sexless, and the cloth wrapped tightly around her body makes her look more like a mummy than a woman. Apparently Mandara has become more trusting by now and comes closer again to Victorian Robot. Her wretched appearance makes Victorian Robot back away. Ashamed as she is for avoiding this destitute woman, Victorian Robot feels safer under the cover of the party. You must know your way around here, Victorian Robot asks. There is no question mark. And Mandara replies by nodding eagerly. Would you accompany us for a while? Mandara nods and joins the party, as if she'd been a member from the start. She obviously attempts to stay close to Victorian Robot, who is just as obviously trying to keep her distance. Her close presence seems to make her uncomfortable. Mandara. Level 21 Green Elf? Holy hell. 80 hit points. That's quite a lot. She has no negative look at her stats. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. Let's still go where the monster was. Nope. I don't think Mandara will follow us when we go upstairs. So I will not even try it. There. What about this? Suddenly Mandara stops and fiddles around on the wall. Next part of it slides aside and frees the way into another passage. There are voices coming from the passage. You listen carefully and try to avoid making any noise. Suddenly you notice Mandara is missing. While you look around for her, several armed men sneak up on you. Within seconds you're completely surrounded. Any attempt at resistance would be doomed from the start. Great, thank you Mandara. Bitch! Without a word, the armed men lead you before a very strange couple. One is a tall man who wouldn't be at all unpleasant if he weren't looking at you so angrily. The other is Leia, the old beggar woman, who no longer gives the impression that she was passed over by Hesindi when she passed out her gifts. More spies, the man snarls in a hostile voice. I assume you know what is in store for you. His accompanying gesture leaves no doubt at all your lives are at stake. So far you haven't been disarmed, but the armed men are watchful. Better forget any ideas about drawing your weapons. Wait here, the beggaress orders the armed man, and then she draws the man away to the far end of the room, where she talks to him with some agitation. He appears unwilling to change his mind, though. You catch a few snatches of his voice. Too great a risk, gambling with the lives of our man. With a loud curse, one of your guards strikes his sword at a rat clinging to his pants leg. A squeaking sound grows louder by the moment. Suddenly the whole room is literally inundated with rats. In the ensuing chaos, no one pays any attention to you. You run to the door and escape. A few of the rats pursue you, but you soon give up the chase. Phew! We got out alive. Ow! Abruptly Mandara is back. You see a plump figure rush away from the corners of your eyes. The rat catcher, possibly. Quick! Mandara hisses. Follow me. Will do. You hear the thud of boots from behind you. The guild is in hot pursuit. I don't look so good, and Victorian robot doesn't look good either. I guess we got bitten by the rats. Mandara hesitates for a second, but Elanarae runs to the east with all the more determination. Stop! Mandara cries. That's the wrong way. I don't care. I'm a dwarf. Dwarf, wait! It's a dead end. Hastily you turn around, but your pursuers are far too close for you to stand any chance of escaping them now. Oh no! Quiet, whispers Mandara. You push back into a corner as well as you are able to try to melt into the shadows. For a moment it really seems as if your pursuers will pass you by, but then you're caught in the light of a torch. A giant of a man sees you and cries out, This way! They are over here! When the pursuers are only a few steps away, Mandara suddenly jumps out with fast, inhuman movements. With an almost casual gesture, she pushes the giant's head back and cuts open his neck with her nails. Rooted to the spot with fear, you watch Mandara drain her victim's blood. The elf fights back in desperation, but it's hopeless. Despite all his strength, he cannot free himself from the grasp of puny Mandara. Now the other pursuers approach, led by the trade master. When he spies the death scene, he stops in his tracks. After a moment of shock, he holds out his hand for a crossbow and fires it straight at Mandara. The vampiress gives a short jolt when the bolt hits her body. Then, without letting go of her victim, she pulls the bolt free and drops it to the floor in one quick movement. Abruptly, Mandara lets go. The man drops to the floor like a sack. When Mandara turns around and looks at you, you don't recognize her anymore. The gaunt wretch has turned into a hauntingly beautiful elfish woman. The only thing marrying the overall impression are her long canine teeth. Without a second look, the Elanarae turns and charges your pursuers. They retreat slowly at first, then speed to panicked flight. Even the Trademaster who holds his ground for a few moments of indecision finally runs away. When the first rats appear and start to feed on the body, you finally find the strength to move again and get out of the sewers as fast as your legs can carry you. Whew. Tough shit. Okay, looks like we first have to heal illness. Elanarae feels tired and weary. Oh well. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's just go to the Witch of Pex and heal ourselves. I was hinting at this whole Elanarae thing and we were responsible. It doesn't matter if you take the amulets at the beginning. She wasn't in this coffin anymore. I just wanted to mention this so that it says, "Oh, you rescued her." Numbskull. Oh well. Numbskull. Good. Thank you. Bye. Don't want to talk to you anymore. Good. Let's... Mighty Fortress. Yes. Let's take a single room for 3 days and sleep it off. Good. Well, I'm pretty sure nothing bad will happen now that we met the Trademaster. Oh, pretty sure this is totally okay. Watch out! Shouts Green of Headless all of a sudden and tries to pull Elden Loco to one side. Several crossbow bolts shoot out from the dark and you fall to the ground hit. Cursing loudly, Victorian Robot pulls her weapon and charges your cowardly attackers, but the barely visible figures disappear in the cover of darkness. Within seconds they are nowhere to be found. Victorian Robot stops to listen, but other than the beat of her own heart, she hears nothing. Look, that's at least a new level. Have the computer do it for me. I don't care. Okay. Thank you, assholes. Hi, we would like to rent another room for 3 days. So, it's dark. Let's go to Tarek. Perhaps he knows something. Tarek, yes. 6 beer, please. Hello. The Trademaster. Loto Ui Chergail moved here from Arkania some years ago, rented a warehouse in town and built a far-reaching trading net within a remarkably short time. He supplied local merchants as well as those of the other League cities. In the end he had several warehouses and offices in a number of towns. When rumors started to fly that Ui Chergail had only been able to get rich this quick by robbery and piracy, suddenly he was charged with high treason and immediately sentenced, even though he had been a respected businessman. He was charged with conspiring with pirates. The evidence presented was a joke and the so-called witnesses more than dubious, but the judge seemed determined to make an example of him, and despite a strong defense he was sentenced to die, but he managed to escape. The Trademaster had a lot of friends in this town, and most of them had reason to fear being charged themselves next, so most of them went underground with him, and shortly afterwards the guild started to make news. Somehow he's managed to squirrel away his fortune before it could be confiscated. It's assumed he still has friends in town who shelter and protect him from the guards. He's using his fortune to finance the guild now. Harik tells you a few episodes from Lotus' life, but nothing of interest to you. He seems to know that's not worth a crown, because when Elanarae opens his money pouch, he waives payment. Monsters? Don't pay any heed to that. The rat catcher spends all day in the sewers and the guild members hide there with regularity. There may be a particular figure or two getting lost in the tunnels, but I very much doubt they deserve being called monsters. It is true that the entire guard squadron once disappeared in the sewers, but believe me, that was the work of the guild. You can talk. They weren't really that helpful. Let's drink beer. Let's drink beer until we all pass out. Who passes out first has to pay. Lady Gilvin. Great. Wonk. Nice. Oh well. That was some fun. They had like what? 24 beers! What the fudge? Well, 6 beers for 4 beers for everyone. I couldn't drink that much. I think I would turn blind or something. Still drunk? No. Abruptly, almost out of thin air, an old woman is standing in front of you. Haha! Noble gentlefolk! Haven't you got a crust of bread to spare for old Leah? Haven't we done this bit before? Mocks Elanarae. Or you slowly encircle the old woman. Or even a small coin for old Leah? The beggar woman continues undeterred. I've been able to persuade Lothar to stop hunting you, she whispers when you're out of earshot of any passers-by. He wants to talk to you. Slowly the circle around the woman breaks up. Elanarae takes his backpack off and starts rummaging in it. Be at the warehouse, directly south of Effort's temple at midnight tonight. Leah finally continues, after every one of you has started searching through his or her load. Finally, Elanarae pulls out a big loaf of bread and gives it to the beggar woman. Ha! My thanks, noble gentlefolk! Leah shrieks, and some more people approach and perform a curtsy, though it isn't as deep as before. Ha! Old Leah shrieks again before dancing away laughing. I've got to hand it to her. She is good, Morglas grins. It might be worthwhile asking her out. Queen of Atlas starts up in disbelief. What? Dancing? Morglas laughs. Okay. Some people. New. Midnight south of Effort's temple. I'm pretty sure I won't remember what this was about. Anyways, I only needed 20 minutes, a bit short. Which I don't get any progress. We will do this. "15 hours. Let's sleep for 9. Let's sleep for 7. South of the Effort Temple. I think I know where it is, but Effort Temple, yeah. Suddenly something hits Queen of Atlas forcefully side and a heavy weight. It's one of the ones, you already read this. The warehouse is locked. Huh. Okay, let's go to the bar. Bye! No. A bit of eat. Quite filling to boot. Oh, 23 hours. Perhaps they're early. Let's secure the perimeter first. You take your time and first check out all corners, niches and possibly hiding places in the area. Without finding anything suspicious, shrugging his shoulders, Elanarae cautiously opens the warehouse door. Inside the warehouse it's pitch black. You softly close the door and stand quite still to listen for any suspicious sounds. From the left you hear soft rustling and a soft glow becomes visible to the right. A strange blue flame is slowly growing in size and gives off a dim light. Now another one of these lights appear on your left, and you see a tall figure in the middle of the warehouse waiting motionless.